Welcome in, everybody. This is the Undefeated. I'm Tyler Hurst. To my right, I got Josh Redwine.
How y'all doing?
To my left, I got Leon Hurst.
How you doing, everybody?
And Jarvis Redwine.
How you guys doing?
I didn't bring every single colleague with me today, but we got enough.
We got this.
We got enough. We got a lot to cover today. We are covering NFL Week 2. We got our predictions. Our takes on college football, Week 3. That's coming up. But first, let's start out with our takeaways from Week 2 in college football and Week 1 in the NFL. But, I mean, it was a good weekend. It really was.
Yeah, it was good.
Um,
I enjoyed the games.
My Longhorns got an impressive win, 56-0 to San Jose State.
Finally.
The Huskers almost completed a comeback.
Don't talk about them.
Almost
Don't
completed.
talk about them.
Louisiana Tech proved that you can lose over 80 yards in one play. I do not know how you have a third and goal that's 93 yards?
Yeah.
And it's kicked all the way back.
We've seen that USC handled their business.
They did.
Yeah.
They handled
They
their
did.
business. I was wrong about
They
it.
stuffed our
I
words in our
personally admit I
mouth.
was
Yeah.
wrong. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I admit.
We all picked Stanford.
Yeah, I did.
Oklahoma proved they're a serious playoff team.
I was right.
You
Just
were.
saying. I was right.
Just
saying.
Bama continued to roll.
They did.
Continued to
Was
roll.
there ever any doubt?
Georgia escaped in South Bend.
Yes.
They
Just
did.
barely.
By
Just
one.
barely, yes.
2019. But I think the most important was, from what we can take away from this last weekend, was that there were shifts in the top 10.
Yep.
Oklahoma decided, hey, we're going to win. We're going to move into number 2.
Yep.
It surprised me because I liked what Clemson did against Auburn.
It did
Yeah,
not
yeah.
surprise me. I even guessed it before it even happened that they would move into number 2 if they win.
Some Nostradamus over here.
Exactly.
Let's kind of talk about this in a different way, though.
Okay.
Let's start out with our 3 most impressive teams.
Okay.
Each of us are going to give out 3 teams that we thought really stood out during Week 3 of college football,
I'm ready.
or Week 2.
Oh, yeah.
So, Jarvis, you said you're ready.
I'm
Why
ready.
don't you start?
Okay, my surprise teams last weekend was number 1 was Clemson. I guess they shouldn't be a surprise, but they are to me
Yeah.
because without Deshaun Watson, they still continue. To play very good defense, and Kelly Bryant has stepped in really nice for Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, I
quarterback
think
position.
I think that new quarterback has learned some stuff.
Oh, absolutely. TCU, that defense, only giving up 7 points in 2 games.
Yeah.
7 points in 2 games.
Yeah.
Kenny Hill, those running backs, Darius Anderson, just a beast.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, my Hogs
Slaughtered your
didn't do
Hogs.
too well.
Sorry.
We'll
Yeah.
refrain from them for a while.
Yeah, well.
They were impressive. And finally, Oklahoma. Baker Mayfield played great. And that defense it's improved from last
Yeah.
year. I mean, that's one of the things the takeaways that I came.
Sorry, but who
They-
said
they
that
scared
Oklahoma
me.
win? Who said Oklahoma win?
Right here.
I recall.
I know.
Thank you.
Right
Thank
here.
you. I recall.
Are they scaring you with your
They
Texans?
did. They scared me.
But those are my 3 impressive.
You know, I'm going to go real quick next because he has the same exact teams as I do.
The same
Wow.
exact ones.
Well, yeah. Let me tell you this, folks. We do not even talk to each other. We do our research, but we do not come together and talk to each other before this show. And so be it. Me and Jarvis had the same exact teams. I had Clemson number 1 as well. Defense.
Yeah.
Defense. I say defense wins championships.
Yes.
They held Auburn to 6 points.
Not to mention the 11 sacks that they had.
Yes.
So
11 sacks. They only had 6 points, and you had Cameron Petaway back. If you're Auburn.
Oh man.
Kelly Bryant, he had a solid game. Not great. We did see the freshman quarterback in him. He only had 181 passing yards, a 69 overall QBR.
Right.
Yeah, he still is dangerous on the ground.
Yeah, he is.
He had 2 rushing touchdowns.
Oh yeah.
I just think Dabo Swinney knows how to coach. He's one of the best coaches in college football.
Yeah, he is.
We know that.
He is.
And obviously, like I said, their defense, I think, gets them to the playoffs this year. And they definitely impressed me in week 3. Second team, though, was Oklahoma.
Oh, wow. Okay.
You know, me and you chose Ohio State. I thought Ohio was
Yeah.
going to be somewhat good this year.
Say that again for the audience. You chose Ohio
Man,
State.
Be quiet. Be quiet, bro. Be
Come on, man.
Don't rub it in.
Yeah, you can't throw me out like that. But Ohio State was ranked second.
Mm-hmm.
Baker Mayfield played like a Heisman quarterback.
Yes, he
386 yards and 3
Whoa,
touchdowns.
don't use the H word just now. Don't use the Heisman word just on that.
Yeah, let's not use
Let's
it
not
yet.
do that yet. But that's okay.
I really liked what I saw of Dimitri Flowers.
Yes.
Very good. 98 yards and a touchdown. And their defense really impressed me. Like
Yeah.
you said. They have set that for being a Big 12 football team, their
Yes.
defense showed. My third team was TCU. Kenny Hill did not have a great day, but every single running back on that team did.
They did. Yep.
The 3 running backs, all 3 at least had a touchdown or 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he
Yep,
threw it.
yep.
He threw an interception one time at the very
You,
beginning. of the
you
game.
messaged me during that game, Tyler.
Yes.
You're like, man, their running backs are talented. And
yeah.
Oh, yeah, they are.
They
And,
did very
every,
well.
every single wide receiver had over 30 yards.
I think
So-
Arkansas was sleeping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the thing is,
Yeah.
like I said for this game last week of the prediction, Arkansas needs to win the rushing game.
Yeah.
They didn't. Arkansas got smashed in
Yes,
the rushing
they
game.
Oh, yeah,
did.
they
Yep.
did. Yep.
Didn't utilize it.
And real quick, one you know, make it funny. Arkansas needs to find himself a kicker. How do you
Yes.
miss 2 kicks from less than
Yes.
30 yards away?
Arkansas needs a lot of things.
I think one of them was at the 25-yard, and he shanked it and hit the post, and it still went
Oh
out.
my
Yeah.
god. Oh my
Special
God.
teams are so important. They got
The good thing is from the news from Arkansas is that they're not going to be having him kick anymore. He's done.
good.
Yeah.
Good. Especially after that performance. So.
Should I go next?
Go for it.
All right.
I'm curious to see what you got.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Well, okay. We don't talk to each other. You mentioned that, but I
Yeah.
also had Oklahoma on my list of
Yeah.
impressive teams. Baker Mayfield really just showed up. 386 yards. My second team I was impressed with was Clemson. So those two,
Yeah.
you guys have those two. Their defense,
Yeah, phenomenal.
probably one of the best I've seen in a while.
Yeah, it's
I mean, just
crazy.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous. My other team is Penn State because I just love Penn State. I love these guys.
I get that they played a Pittsburgh team that they lost to last
Okay,
year.
yeah, but I love these guys. I like the way they play. I'm picking them to get quite far. Let's just say I'm not gonna say everything, but I'm saying they're gonna get quite far.
Sounds like
quite
you want
far.
them out of the Big Ten.
Yeah, but anyway, those are my 3: Oklahoma, Penn State, and Clemson. I think
But Penn State could arguably be the best team in the Big Ten.
I think they're the best
Yeah.
team in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Oh,
Good possibility.
after what Ohio State showed me last week,
If
I think
not
so
the
too.
best team in college football.
At least starting right now,
Right.
I'd say they're the best in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
It's yet to be seen against about 3 other teams to see exactly what
Right,
they can prove.
right,
So
exactly.
we'll see.
I think they're the best team in college
Yeah.
football, but that's just me.
Okay.
That's just me.
Well, with mine, guys, I'm not going to get on statistics. This is what I've seen. This is what I feel. I think Oklahoma, as everybody else
Yep.
chose, they're my top team of how impressive that they win against the number 2 team in the nation, which now they're number 2.
Excellent.
So my second team was Maryland. Maryland's really impressing me so far.
The Terrapins.
They're not losing,
Terrapins.
ladies and gentlemen.
The Terrapins.
They're getting better and better and better.
Okay,
I mean, who
okay.
said turtles
Talk
were
to me at
slow?
the end of the
These
season.
turtles are not slow. These
Yeah.
turtles are fast.
Hey,
They are
guys,
fast.
I'm going to say this. They are going to still be some stiff competition against any Big Ten team out there because they're probably going to be underestimated against someone like Wisconsin, Ohio State,
Let me ask you this. Let me
and
get done.
Michigan and Penn State. And that they're going to be underrated, but let them play them and see what the comp is like.
Let me ask you this. Will the Maryland Terrapins beat the Huskers?
Ah.
Oh.
You know what? That's going to be a good game. I'm not. I'll tell you what. I wouldn't go out there and bet on it.
I'm going to just tell you this: if our secondary still continues to play
the
like
thing
that,
is,
Maryland will take
The
it.
thing
yeah.
was with Maryland, they're almost like a Georgia Tech.
They beat
Yeah.
your Longhorns. Just saying.
Yeah, they did because our running defense is bad. But Maryland has a very good running
Yes.
quarterback.
Right.
You have one of the best running backs in the nation.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, after 5 running plays, boom, this quarterback hits you with a deep ball.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
he's
exactly what they do.
And that's why, to get back to your question, is I think the Huskers could be in trouble with a team like this.
I'm thinking.
So,
I'm thinking
I mean, they're fast.
Yeah.
He just knows how to run his system.
Absolutely.
That coach is a very good coach, I think.
Absolutely.
I keep saying Maryland started off like this last year and
Yes.
fizzled out
You're right.
at
they
the
did.
end of the year.
You're
So
right. They did.
because of their lack of depth. So if they can stay healthy, if
Yes.
Barrett can stay healthy,
Yeah.
yes.
I don't know what their
But I don't-
secondary's like, what their bench is like, whether or not
Yeah.
it's stacked or not. But
Right.
from the guys that are playing out there,
Oh,
they're
yeah.
looking very impressive.
Oh yeah. There's-
I know that their quarterback got injured, and then they put in the other one.
Absolutely.
But that other one came in, didn't do too bad himself.
Right.
So
yeah.
we'll
so-
see what happens. My third team that I've got, believe it or not, is I'm putting in K-State. K-State is starting to look impressive again.
Right.
And I'm honestly in the Big 12. I'm looking at them in fourth in the Big 12 this year. I think they're starting to look impressive.
Okay.
All right.
I know you
I have
guys-
no
Boy.
disrespect for that Bill Schneider. I don't. So I have nothing to say against K-State.
Okay.
Nothing to say.
I thought you were gonna say
Not
something.
even-
I felt
He
something.
wanted
I
to.
felt
He wanted
something.
to.
I felt something, bro. I don't know.
I thought you wanted
had
to
that
say
look. You had that
I
look on your
bet,
face.
but honestly, guys, that team is starting to look more and more impressive, and I'm surprised for how old Bill is.
Yeah.
He's still hanging in there at 77, 78
Yeah.
years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's still going with
Yeah,
them,
there you
so
go.
that's outstanding. So
Great.
That's
okay.
That's gonna have to be the final word. Let's go with the three most disappointing teams in college football. who wants to start?
Oh man, you want
Josh,
to start?
Jarvis.
I'll start.
All right.
Okay, so my first disappointing team is Ohio State. Ohio State. I'm sorry. They should be a lot better than that. I mean, I know they're up against a tough opponent in Oklahoma, but they should have won that game.
Oh yeah.
And by all rights, they should have won that game. I don't think JT.
For what they've looked like in the past, I
yeah,
agree.
and I don't think JT Barrett is. I
No.
mean, he's regressed. It's
Yeah.
weird. He gets
Yeah.
worse every year. It's odd. He's going backwards. It's one of the weird things.
I was begging for Ohio State to take him out.
Yeah. Take him out. Sit him down. Sit him down.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. He's regressing, and I don't like the way he looks out there. His accuracy is weird. It's just something's weird
It's
with
his
this guy.
decision making.
Something's weird with this guy.
Doesn't look comfortable.
My second most disappointing team is Nebraska Cornhuskers. The Nebraska Cornhuskers. Our defense is
I don't know
awful.
how you can say disappointing though.
It's
'cause
very
we went into
disappointing.
Eugene and at least put up a shot. We shut out
Stop,
Oregon
stop,
in the second half.
stop. No.
You study these Huskies very well.
Oregon
but
pulled back. Oregon just said, we won this game, we don't need to try. We pulled, but they can't stop us, obviously, so they pulled back. And that's all
Right.
that happened. So.
But what did surprise me is Royce Freeman did not have a Royce Freeman type game.
No,
I
he
thought
did
was
not.
gonna
No,
have.
I do
he
agree
didn't.
with that.
He didn't.
But he
But
still had over 100 yards.
yeah, it was still more
And,
than
like,
enough to.
And the yards after the contact.
Yeah, it's
Dude
too
was
many.
just
Way too many. We're
like
giving up.
50 or something.
Well, yeah,
We're
and
giving
the
up,
passing, receiving yards, they're just fast.
To be fair, to Nebraska, how many teams can actually tackle a man after the first hit?
Yeah.
Not many
Yeah,
teams
yeah.
do. I mean,
Not many people.
unless you look at a top 10 team like a Clemson, obviously those players are going
Right.
to attack you right away.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
I think that's what really. I think Nebraska did well against Oregon to me. Go ahead.
Oh, okay, well, if you say so. And my most disappointing team of this year is Baylor. I know that sounds crazy, but Baylor. I mean, they lost to Liberty and UT San Antonio. These are teams that I don't know what's going on with Baylor.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think it has to do with
See,
the troubles of
yeah.
the
I
molestation,
get why you put them in
whatever.
the disappointing, but once you lose to Liberty, you're losing to everybody else.
it's only down here.
Yeah.
I know there's some
These are
odd
the
choices
ones
for some disappointments, but those are mine. It's Ohio State, Baylor, and Nebraska.
And what did Paul Feinbaum say at the end of last season? He said they should just shut down the university. Just
Yeah.
shut it down.
Yeah, just shut it down.
Shut
Get
it
brutalized.
down. Yeah.
Those are my three. Those are my three.
Oh wow.
Those are my three.
Okay.
You want me to go?
You go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. My most disappointing teams right now, Ohio State, number one, like Josh.
Yeah.
JT Barrett
That's
has really.
a shame that Oklahoma beat him.
Yeah, it was. But here's why. JT Barrett, he's like you said, Josh. He's really regressed. I don't know if it's because of the coaching change.
I don't know what.
the offensive coordinator
It's so
change or
weird.
something, but it is really weird. He cannot pass. I mean,
It's like he's not thinking out
Yeah.
there on the field.
Yes.
He's not himself. And something's
Urban
wrong.
Meyer even
Yeah.
came out to say in a news conference he has to get mentally tougher
Yeah.
out there on the field.
Yeah,
I
he does.
agree. Absolutely. Yeah.
He's
But-
not there.
But the most surprising part about this team is their defense. Let me listen to these stats. I think they've given up I think their pass defense is 129th in the
See,
land.
that.
Behind Nebraska. Okay, behind Nebraska.
So are you
That's something that-
humiliating Nebraska or what?
No, I mean, but I'm just saying. I mean, they're just bad, at covering the pass. and they're 105th in total defense. This is not Ohio State.
See,
This is not
so
Ohio
so
State.
what does that tell you heading toward a national championship?
A national
That
what?
tells you
National
anything.
I
what?
did
Yeah.
like Ohio State's pass rush though that game.
Yeah, the pass
they
rush
made
was-
Baker Mayfield get out of the pocket.
But those young corners, they got to
They're
step
getting
up.
sliced
That
up out
secondary,
there.
that
Oh,
young
yeah.
secondary,
Yeah.
got to step up. My second disappointing team, like Josh says, Nebraska. That defense, I really didn't have a lot of expectations for Nebraska coming in, but that defense, I thought it was going to be a lot better than what it is.
That's completely
this
unacceptable.
is this defense.
We give up what,
Yes.
1,000 yards in like 2 games? That's crazy. That's
Yes.
insane.
Yeah.
That's insanity.
That's
Yeah.
pretty impressive.
That's insanity. That's insanity.
We've given up 1,063 yards.
That's insanity.
Hey, now wait a minute.
in 2 games.
Wait a minute. And wait a minute.
What?
Where are you guys from?
We're from Nebraska.
We're from Nebraska, but I'm
We're
saying
from Nebraska,
This
but
is
hey.
why this hurts so much because I'm from Nebraska. I want them to do well, and this is just unacceptable.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
But what was disappointing, though, yeah, our defense played better in the second half. But what was most disappointing was Tanner Lee throwing 4 interceptions.
Yeah,
That
that's
has to-
totally
that-
unacceptable.
That has to get better.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if our defense is not playing well and our offense is not playing well, we can forget about.
If you throw an interception on a fast cornerback on the other team,
Yeah.
he'll go all the way downfield against our
Take it back like a
offense.
bad Christmas present.
Yeah, it'd be gone.
So-
Yeah, definitely a bad Christmas present. Santa isn't giving you this
Exactly. He's
present.
not. He's not. My third disappointing team is Northwestern.
Exactly who I got.
Yeah, Northwestern. Very disappointing. Clayton
Oh.
Thorson is playing terrible right
Did you know they were projecting him to be one of the top quarterbacks in the Big Ten?
I know, right?
0 touchdowns and 2 interceptions against Duke.
Yep. Plus, that defense looks average at best. That average is not even a word right now.
They allowed 305 passing yards and 233 rushing yards.
In the first half, right?
No, that's the entire game.
Okay. In the first half, it was ridiculous.
Yes,
I mean, it was like.
no.
And not a single running back had over 22 rushing yards. Not a. I think the top rushing yard was 19.
Yeah.
The running back.
Yeah. So
That's hilarious.
and the defense has given up 61 points in 2 games. So I mean, they have some problems.
Real quick, I'm gonna take back. Nebraska's gonna smash Northwestern if Northwestern's gonna
okay,
play like
no.
this. If Northwestern's gonna
No.
play like this, Nebraska
We
beats
can't
them
beat
easily.
Northwestern. We can beat
We-
them,
we
but
just did last year at
yeah,
their
but like
place.
we can't beat them. Like we always come close. Always this smash mouth game where it's
Okay.
like back and
As
forth.
bad as Northwestern
we'll
looks,
see.
It is.
I have a lot of
seems
confidence
like
in that coach.
it seems like
Getting
one
together.
year Nebraska beat them, the next year Northwestern
Yeah,
beats
we
them.
can't
It's like
ever
back and
get the
forth.
better of
You're
them.
absolutely
It's
Yeah,
right.
we
weird.
want the momentum, but
And every time if we do beat them, it's really close.
yeah,
Like,
it's going to
it's
be
just-
close again
We
this
barely
year.
eke by, so we can't defeat
Yeah.
them. We can beat them, but we can't defeat
Yeah,
them.
it's going to be
Absolutely.
close.
All right. I'll go quickly. We're gonna
Sorry.
have to college football, but Ohio State, obviously my number one disappointing team.
Uh-huh.
I thought they were gonna get about 30 points. They only got 16.
Yep.
That's
Okay,
horrible.
That's okay.
Dobbins to me was the only player that showed up that game.
Yeah, J.K. Dell.
Otherwise, Ohio State, yeah, they're horrible. Northwestern, obviously, we just got done talking about. I projected them to be a top 5 Big Ten team this season.
Yeah. I know it.
That-
They don't even look like they look
I-
like the bottom.
I'm a little
I
surprised.
have words that are just you can't say on the show.
Yeah.
So that's Northwestern. My third is Texas A&M.
Ooh,
A&M.
really? Yeah, I have to agree with you. I mean, they
I
are.
love Kevin Sumlin. I have loved what he has done as a head coach.
Right.
And then he gets threatened.
Yeah.
And now he's struggling to win football games.
Mm.
They struggled to beat Nichols. They
Yeah. Nichols could have beat them.
Nichols, you win 24-14 in a very close game.
Where's Nichols?
I have no idea. They,
Got a
to
couple
be honest,
nickels in
Texas
my pocket,
A&M,
you know.
their first order of business, they need to find their quarterback.
Yeah.
Less than
Yes,
200
yes.
passing yards to Nichols. Obviously, their rushing attack's very good. Everybody knows that.
Right.
Yeah.
But they give up 250 passing yards to Nichols.
Well,
Yeah,
not to
that's
mention,
Why you
didn't they have a poor performance against UCLA? Was that? Did they play UCLA?
Yes,
I
that's
don't know,
why
I
they
don't know
gave
what
up
you got against
34
Nichols,
points.
though. What did they do to you? You know? Why you dissing Nichols,
I
man?
know, but seriously, they should not be challenging an SEC team like Texas A&M.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree with you. I mean,
Seriously, where are the other wide receivers other than Christian Kirk? Christian Kirk is an NFL talent wide receiver. He will be going in the top 3 rounds of this NFL draft.
Right.
Where's everybody else at on Texas A&M?
Exactly.
Seriously.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
Leon, take it away.
Recruiting or whatever, but all right, guys, I want to go back to just real quick. I just want to state something real quick. You go back to impressive college football team. There's one that's playing right now.
Illinois.
Is UCF.
Oh, UCF.
USF.
USF. I'm
yeah.
sorry. USF with Charlie Strong.
Yes.
And what can you say about that, Texas? Look what he is doing.
I think it's quarterback. Quentin Flowers
So,
is a monster.
Yes, Quentin
he's
Flowers
good.
isn't a monster, but I'm going to hand it to Charlie Strong because the way he was doused on by Texas, in my opinion, was wrong. Herman's basically going to be stuck in the same situation. That's just my opinion. It's just altogether the whole faculty.
Right.
You know, so.
Right.
But anyway, now we'll go back to the disappointing. My biggest disappointment was my team.
Arkansas.
Was Arkansas.
Well, there-
It was horrible. It was horrible. Last year they just edged out TCU in probably one of the best thrilling college football games last year.
But to have that performance at the house.
But yes, at your own house, that was horrible. Maybe it's because that construction being done on the other side of the field just interrupted them. I don't know. Something's
Too
wrong.
much noise, yeah.
I'll tell you what, their defense or their offensive line is horrible.
Yeah.
Their defense isn't much more any better. So supposedly, from what I've heard in the news, they're worked on it. They've had a good week this week. They've been working on passing, on routes, and everything with the
Can't
receivers.
fix things mid-season. I keep telling you.
I know.
You
It
cannot
is very
fix
hard
a
to
team
do.
Very,
mid-season.
very tough.
My other disappointing team that I'd like to see thrive up a little bit better is Illinois. I'd like to see. I'm throwing things off here a little bit, but I like to see Illinois get better with Lovie Smith.
Yeah.
I do
Right.
not want to see him being ousted, but it's looking that way.
Right.
Yeah.
So I like to see Lovie Smith
Yeah.
get something going.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
So they're not too impressive themselves. I look at them losing again this weekend. You know, so as in disappointment too, my other disappointment team, which is you guys' team, that I'm gonna switch it around again. You guys said they're gonna win the Big Ten, Penn State. They just disappoint me because they're gonna win the Big Ten.
That makes no sense.
And I don't want them to
That
do
makes
it.
no
I want Wisconsin.
sense.
So
No.
that disappoints me.
Forget Wisconsin.
Because they won.
I hate Wisconsin.
And they
No.
keep on winning.
No, whiskey is not going to do. No, Penn State.
You're like-
Penn State's coming out of the Big Ten. That's all there is to it.
Well,
Penn
we
State's
gotta
got this.
leave it there.
Okay.
Because
All
we
right.
got plenty more to cover.
All
We
right.
gotta
Did
get
I
this moving.
mix that up
All
or
right,
what?
yeah.
he did. He mixed
What
it up.
are you talking about?
Let's move on.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Matt.
Let's move on to a takeaway from the NFL. Obviously, we have multiple surprises from the Steelers. They did not impress anybody.
Nope.
Yeah.
No,
Maybe that's
they
because
didn't.
Le'Veon Bell is not practicing.
Who is number one?
Yeah, we'll get on to that. The Colts, they look like a Pop Warner team out there.
Oh man, they look
Easily the worst
horrible.
NFL team.
Made the Rams look like
Smokes.
the greatest,
Yeah.
the greatest offense on turf.
Vinatieri going downhill.
Jaguars looked very good. They're scaring. They're scaring people just a bit. Raiders, they're right back in their ways. They picked up where they left off.
Beast mode.
Yes.
Right.
Cowboys also started where they left off. Yeah, same with the Giants. That offensive line is.
It's terrible.
A little suspect. A little suspect.
And then Packers proved they are a Super Bowl threat.
Yes.
Yes, they are.
That was impressive.
That was impressive.
Let's start out with the 3 most impressive teams.
I guess I'll go first.
Go
First
ahead.
team that's very impressive is Kansas City Chiefs, obviously.
Yep.
Taking down the Pats. I love their way they look. 42-27 win over the Pats. Very good.
Yeah.
Second most impressive team is the Green Bay Packers. Aaron Rodgers, 311 yards, 28-42 out there. That's great. You know, just perfect. And my third impressive team is the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, come on. Come
Dallas,
on.
okay. What impressed me was it was their defense. I didn't think they had that strong of a defense, but their defense looks really nice.
Yeah,
It looked really, really
was
nice.
better
But
than what I
the secondary
expected.
was not tested because Eli couldn't even throw the ball.
Yeah,
Odell
right.
Beckham. Oh, yeah, that's
If Odell Beckham's there, it is a game.
I know everybody's so high on Odell.
I want to hear
there's-
anything.
Antonio.
Name
Name
another player other than a quarterback that is more important to be on that football field than Odell Beckham Jr.
Okay, he's important, but the great teams find a way to win without their greatest players.
heard it from the man himself.
That's all I'm saying, folks. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, Dallas Cowboys really impressed me. I didn't think their defense was that great. What?
Watch Nebraska win without their greatest players this weekend.
No, look.
Yeah, hey, you just said
Oh,
it.
okay. I predicted actually the Huskers will win this weekend. Going back to college.
You're right.
We'll win, but you know.
Yeah,
That's
we'll get out of that.
Anyway, Dallas Cowboys, great defense. That's my 3.
Yeah.
My 3, Jaguars, number 1. I did not expect that.
Whoa!
I did not expect that coming.
Oh, wow.
Going into Texans.
Okay, but
and,
Houston's having some problems right now. You know that, right?
Well, at quarterback, I didn't know there was that
the
bad.
city is having some problems, and the
Well,
football
yeah,
team. They're having some problems.
but that was still pretty impressive.
Right.
Putting
It
up
was.
29 points on
was.
that defense.
It was.
That was supposed to be this best rush defense,
I got you.
and also Leonard Fournette, 100 yards rushing.
Yeah.
That was really, really impressive. And their defense played great. Ravens, they shut out the Bengals at home. They were impressive. That was impressive. To me.
Oh, the Ravens. I do not. Between you and the Cowboys, and you and the Ravens.
They have 5 sacks, 4 INTs.
You can't
That
deny
defense
it.
looks
You
real.
just cannot deny it. I don't know why you're trying to deny it. You can't
The-
deny it.
Okay, wait a minute. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Get off!
Okay. The Chiefs over the Patriots. Alex Smith,
Okay.
360
Yeah, I like that.
and 4. They
Okay.
looked impressive.
Right.
Vikings. Week 1, Bradford looked terrific. 346, 3 touchdowns. Stephon Diggs, 7 catches, 93 yards, 2 touchdowns. Looked like Randy Moss out there.
Can we pump the brakes on the Vikings though? Who'd they play? The worst defense in the NFL.
He's got a point. He's got
The
a point.
Saints are horrible on defense.
I
But
wouldn't call
they
them
made-
the worst in the NFL, but
who you got worse on defense? The Jets are better on defense than the Saints.
whoa.
I
No,
said the Saints. The only way Saints
I'm
was
Probably
I'm
between
sorry, but
Jets,
Bradford-
Bills, Colts.
I was gonna say the Colts because
Yes.
Yeah.
But
Nah,
that-
well,
those-
they're without Vontae
yeah.
Davis. So.
they're without a lot of.
Those are my impressive
Sorry.
teams.
Sorry, go ahead. I
I'm just
keep
gonna
interrupting.
just.
I'm gonna step in real quick.
Go ahead.
Chiefs are my number 1. Alex
course.
Smith, number 1 quarterback.
Of course.
man,
Of course.
okay.
Kareem Hunt, number 1 running back.
Yeah, I have to agree with you.
They defeated the Patriots, who everybody thought had a possibility to go 16-0 on their home turf. Packers, number 2. Like I said, they look like a Super Bowl team. Only issue is that offensive line.
Yeah.
Right.
Aaron Rodgers.
Easy.
he knows
He
how
doesn't
to
need
get
it.
out
He
of it. He
doesn't
still
even-
passed for 311 yards.
Wow.
Multiple wide receivers had over 40 yards receiving. And that defense did not let the Seattle Seahawks score a touchdown. That is what impressed me the most.
Yeah, that was probably the most impressive.
And then Russell Wilson was hit 7 times, got sacked 3 times. Solid defense. My 3rd, Jacksonville Jaguars.
it's a good pick.
I guess I expected more from the Texans with that defense.
I did too.
Yeah,
I really
With
did.
that
I did
defense.
too.
But Calais Campbell coming from Arizona Cardinals, coming to the Jaguars.
Yeah.
He set a record for the Jaguars in his first regular season game with the Jaguars.
Yes, he did.
3 sacks in the first quarter.
Just unbelievable.
Leonard Fournette, you said had over 100 yards. He also had 42 yards receiving and a touchdown.
He was very impressive.
And they played that game without Allen Robinson, their best wide receiver.
Yes, he's out.
So
Okay.
take it away.
Everybody, I got 2 of the same as a couple of you. Kansas City is my first.
Okay.
Jaguars is up in there with 2nd. My 3rd is Rams. I think Rams are starting to look very impressive. They got rid of Fisher. Very happy to see that. I
Yes,
think the
that's
Rams are
what I'm
going to
saying.
come around.
The Rams looked
Yes.
good. I have to say they look good, but it was against the Colts. The Colts don't have a quarterback. Who are
Okay,
they
it was
quarterbacking?
cool.
Who are they
Hey,
quarterbacking?
just
Olsen?
remember, you can be beat on any given Sunday.
Not with Scott Tolzien as your quarterback. If you're the Rams, if you're the Rams, it's not impressive. If you're the Colts, you're without your star your star cornerback Vontae Davis. So that's the only guy that can actually cover a Sammy Watkins on the Colts defense. You're without him, and then if you're the Colts, you can't even score a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Rams.
But I am still looking at the Rams
I do agree.
coming
though.
out and
I
winning
do agree.
this
They were
weekend.
okay. We'll see how they look.
So
in week.
I dislike one pick from everybody. I dislike Vikings because they played a horrible defense. I dislike the Rams because they played a
Well,
Pop
who'd you
Warner
dislike
team.
from me?
And they dislike the Cowboys.
You just dislike the Cowboys anyway.
No, I do not. I do
You
not
have this
dislike
hatred
the
towards
Cowboys.
man. All this cowboy hate, you know.
This cowboy hate makes me sick. No.
With that,
Disappointment.
Most disappointing teams
Oh,
in the
man.
NFL.
I guess I'll start.
Go ahead.
Seahawks.
Okay.
I'm disappointed.
I don't.
I'm disappointed.
I don't know.
I'm disappointed. I know they're going up against a very tough Packer team, but I'm just disappointed. I love my Seahawks. I love them.
I get it.
Yeah, I agree.
The
I
only
like
thing I was
Seahawks.
disappointed in was their offensive line.
Yeah,
their
offensive
defense
line
looked very
just
good.
dissipated. There's like a mist.
Yeah.
There's invisible.
And their defense looked very good. And if we remember, Jeremy Lane got kicked out of the game for no reason.
Right. Okay.
So-
yeah. There's that.
You know the thing is, if Seahawks can work on that offense and get
It's
some
that
players
O-line.
for wideouts,
Mhm.
and
It's
I mean,
that O-line.
even if it is their offensive line, I think that they could start back over with tight end. They got one good wide receiver in
Yeah.
my opinion. Running back, I think they need another good running back like
anyways.
Marshawn
They have
Lynch.
not. They have not.
Pro
gotten that
size is
right
okay,
since-
but he's
since
not like
Marshawn
Lynch.
running back.
Yeah, they
they
have not gotten that
that.
running back situation.
Yes,
since
yeah,
Marshawn
and
Lynch
see,
left.
So I mean, besides the line, I think if they get that down, oh my,
Oh,
Russell
man.
Wilson will have a field
Right.
day.
Right.
Oh yeah.
But they're on my list. Another one on my list is New York Giants. I'm sorry.
Oh,
New York Giants. They didn't have Odell Beckham. I get it. I get
yeah,
it.
but see,
I
that's
get
why you
it.
can't put him on there because
I
he's
put
not
them-
Odell.
I just put them on there. All right. I
Dude,
just put them
see,
on
that's
the
the
list.
Seattle Seahawks. They,
I put them on the
it's
list.
just-
Man.
They
Odell
have the
Beckham,
best defense in football.
I get it. But I get it. I'm sorry, but I was watching that game and they
Yeah.
couldn't do nothing to get. I mean, Eli looked like trash. Eli just looked
Against
Because
the
how would you
Cowboys
feel-
defense, though?
How would you feel if DeMarcus Lawrence is coming
You
straight out?
man. Listen,
You
Tyler.
keep
You
on-
totally overlooked the Dallas defense. The last podcast.
I
You were just
overlooked their pass rush. I did not overlook their coverage. Their coverage is so bad.
okay. And,
You overlooked that pass rush, though.
and my last disappointing team is the Houston Texans. I know they have the Hurricane. I know they have some issues. I expected a lot more from them.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I expected them to come
I'm
in
with you.
and win one for the city, actually. I expected them to come in and win. And you lost to the Jags, dude. And I know that they were impressive. They look good. But, like, you lost to the Jags.
You make the Jacks sound bad.
You lost to the Jaguars. I mean, so I expected more from Houston.
Yeah,
Right,
I did
right,
too.
right.
It was a
More
surprise.
impressive.
It was a surprise. Yeah.
When I looked up, I was like 29-7, Jack.
Yeah, you're going what?
I was like,
I'm
what?
sorry.
I was happy with that because
And I
everybody's
get it.
thinking it's
Like I
between
said.
Texans and Titans.
Yeah.
and,
Oh,
you
yeah.
know.
Oh, yeah.
I know Houston's having some issues right now. I get
Yeah.
it, but I wish they would have won one for the city. That's just my
Absolutely.
thing.
Absolutely.
Bring the community together.
Absolutely.
I can quickly go.
Go ahead.
Bengals, my number one team.
Yeah.
Most disappointing.
Yes. How do you get shut out?
I know they just played the other night, but
Yeah.
first week we got shut out against the Ravens.
That defense.
And-
I know. I'm
That
still
Raven-
saying Andy Dalton's washed up.
Andy
he's
Dalton,
He's a
That
bad
Raven
guy.
defense, though.
his
He's
first game, he had 4 interceptions and 0
Dude,
touchdowns.
Yes.
That Raven
Horrible.
defense. Though.
I believe that Ravens defense is
I'm
for
sorry.
real. I'm sorry.
Yes,
y'all.
Ravens defense.
I don't-
yes.
Terrell Suggs went
Yeah,
nuts.
Terrell Suggs. That's
You
about
should
it.
never get shut out at
Yeah,
home as a
you
home.
know what
That
they
Raven
remind me of?
Who?
Honestly, they remind me of another Oklahoma defense because you don't know what to expect,
Right.
Yeah,
and they're there.
the
Yeah.
only guy
They're
that
there.
showed up that game like he always does, AJ Green.
Yes.
He needs to get out of the Bengals. Marvin Lewis
Yeah.
needs to be fired from
Yes.
the Bengals.
Yeah. He without time for
Seriously, the Ravens' offense did not impress me.
Yeah.
Ravens had one big play to Jeremy Maclin. That was it.
That defense, dude.
No.
that
It,
defense.
it torched Andy Dalton, but it's,
That defense.
Listen.
dude. I'm sorry. That.
I don't know if you
And I
remember
think their
this
corners
about-
are mighty impressive. If you're intercepting that many balls, yeah.
That defense, dude.
I
That
think
defense.
it was like the 2002
like
Ravens. or-
02, 03 Ravens. That
Yeah.
defense.
that was Ray Lewis,
They would,
Ed Reed.
Yeah,
yeah,
Lewis,
yeah. They would
Ed
beat
Reed.
people like 6-2.
But who was their quarterback? Trent Dilfer. Trent Dilfer. There was not.
Dilfer Dimes.
Oh yeah, well, yeah.
Yeah, different dimes. Yeah.
But they really didn't have an offense that year. They still made it. They still won the Super Bowl.
That
You know,
defense-
I'm just saying with that vaunted
Did-
defense.
I
mean,
said
like,
defense
said
wins
that.
championships, but
You
the
said
Ravens
that.
do not have that defense.
Are you okay?
Okay,
Name one other person
Man.
that Terrell Suggs on the Ravens defense right now.
No, I can't even. Okay.
That's a
Okay.
good question. Go ahead, man.
No one can do
I get
it.
you. I
moving.
get
That's
you.
a thought. Keep moving, keep moving.
Alright.
But they're playing well.
They're
as a unit,
just
though.
an average, all-around good defense, and that's. I mean, it's just like an Oklahoma.
It's
They're just
seriously
an average,
because of John
all-around
Harbaugh.
defense.
Yeah.
It's seriously because of him.
Yep.
Texans number 2. Seriously, why start Tom Savage? You should just start Deshaun Watson. You should have just done that. Savage was atrocious. Got sacked, fumble
Yeah.
6. Jaguars get a defensive touchdown.
Right.
Yes.
I don't. I have no words. The defense struggled. The offense struggled.
You
That's
need
it.
to cry on my shoulder.
I do. Third team Colts.
Oh
Ooh,
man.
yeah.
You know,
Colts.
I said
Colts.
this. I did not want to hear anybody say the Rams did great because they played the Colts, who are horrible without Andrew Luck. The Colts need Andrew Luck just like the Cavaliers need LeBron James. I've said it,
Yeah.
and I'm saying it again.
But this is where I'm going to go against you on this, Tyler. I think that Andrew Luck is coming to the end of his range, just like
Yeah, but he's
Dalton
not that
had
old.
his. Yeah, he isn't, but he's constantly injured.
It's because
horrible.
they can't build an offensive line.
Him and Teddy Bridgewater
What?
should get
Yeah.
together.
What?
You know?
Hold on. What did Tony Romo ask Jerry Jones to do for him in the Dallas Cowboys? He said, give me an offensive line. What did he do? He got him an offensive line. What did the Colts do? Hey, guess what, Andrew Luck? You're getting smashed 7 times a game by 250-pound dudes. I don't care. You know, we'll just keep you in
And
there.
you got a
Seriously?
kicker that's going downhill, too.
Seriously?
So they get a tight end out of Appalachian State or
Yeah.
something in the draft. I'm just saying. It just,
They got embarrassed by the Rams.
It was embarrassing.
Scott Tolzien threw 2 pick sixes. His very first pass in the game was a pick six. From there, you should have said, okay, Jacoby Brissett, you're starting.
But the Rams look good though, right?
No, they're
Okay,
not.
but Tyler, I do understand where you're coming from about us picking the Ram or about me picking the Rams. And I don't, Josh, did you?
No, I didn't pick the Rams. I
Okay,
didn't have them.
well, the reason why I also picked the Rams is, to me, since they got rid of Fisher, that messed up the Titans years ago too, and which I think ended Young's career too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that they got rid of him. They brought on a coach that's at least got a halfway decent
Yeah, Sean
mind.
McVay, I think, is very smart.
And I think he's going to turn that team around. That's the reason why I've got them as an impressive team.
But
I
I'm
think
just
they're
like a lot of other people. If it's Rams versus anybody, I'm probably not gonna pick the Rams because just what
Yeah,
I've seen from
you know,
What
them.
did the Rams do to you though?
But
Yeah,
you know what?
but Todd, what has happened to
Because
Todd
Fisher.
Gurley? What has happened to Todd Gurley? He is averaging the worst in the NFL per rush. It's 1.4 yards.
during this last game.
Yes.
For the line?
Yeah. Well,
You know,
what though? You also got to give him time. You got to give this coach time to
Yeah.
see how things are played out during a game. It's different than practice and preseason.
Right.
So give him time. I'm hoping Gurley myself comes out of his shell because if he does,
yeah. Oh,
you're
yeah.
toast.
You're toast,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
How about,
Go
how about
ahead.
my disappointing teams?
Yeah.
Just right quick. Patriots they were disappointing. Injuries are mounting up for the Patriots. Tom Brady, 0 touchdowns in the opener. That hardly ever happens. Bengals getting shut out at home, like you were saying, we were talking about. Chargers. I thought Phillip Rivers would have done better than that.
Yeah,
Melvin Gordon only 50 yards rushing.
You know, I
That
gotta
was kind
agree
of
with you, Jarvis.
that
I
was
was
disappointing.
looking at that too, and I thought, and
mean-
then Philip was on ESPN complaining.
You know,
I'm
I was
thinking,
gonna
come
put down
on.
the Chargers, but then again, I didn't because it's the same old Chargers. They can't win
Yes.
close
You're
games.
right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah, they're like an on and off team. They don't know when to win.
I was
That's
gonna,
brutal.
I was thinking about the Texans and how disappointed they are, and I agree with you all. The Saints were
Disappointing. I
it's
don't
just
get
really,
it.
really disappointing because, well, here's the thing. I'll throw a curveball at you. I'll throw,
They're already a disappointment.
they're already a disappointment, but they hit a new low. Adrian Peterson is on
Yes.
that team, and we were talking about it during the game. I mean, he was glaring at the coach like, just
Well,
put
why
me
is
in.
he? Why did the Saints grab
6
him?
carries, 18
I
yards.
know.
That is just.
He shouldn't have never grabbed him.
This is Adrian Peterson.
Yeah, he
probably
shouldn't have
like
never grabbed
Hall
him.
of Fame.
Never.
Okay, but Adrian Peterson's getting a little up there in age.
I know it, but this is Adrian Peterson.
I think
Yeah,
Adrian
he's like Le'Veon.
Adrian
He can
Peterson
read.
needs to find himself a way to either Green Bay or the New York Giants.
He's never going to, so his career's over.
But
Just saying.
you know what? The Saints continue to be a passing attack team, which you have 3 running backs on that team who can really that are really good. You have
Ingram.
Ingram, and you have Adrian Peterson.
Mm-hmm.
You need to become more of a balanced team and get that pressure off of.
Let me tell you that Drew Brees' contract is up this season, so I think Drew Brees needs to get out of New Orleans.
Yeah.
I don't want him to go to my division, but I think the Jacksonville Jaguars would be a good fit. Their defense has stepped up,
Yeah.
and I think they have offensive weapons. You got Leonard Fournette, you got an Allen Robinson,
Oh,
you got
yeah,
Allen
he's
Hurd.
terrific.
Hey,
over there. Oh, my
hey,
God.
all New Orleans got to do, he doesn't have to go nowhere. They only got to do one thing.
Fire the coach.
Yes. Sean, get rid of him.
Yeah,
And he just doesn't have any targets though at New Orleans. I mean, Michael Thomas, he's good.
Yes,
Yeah.
Michael Thomas
But-
is good.
it's not like a.
Ever since you got rid of Jimmy Graham.
Yeah.
But you know who
Yeah,
has
and that run, Jimmy.
Yeah.
you know who has an open quarterback position though? It's Colts.
Yes, they need.
Just say it.
They
Just
need
say it.
more than a
I'll just
quarterback.
say
I
it.
tell you
I'll
that.
just
They
say
need
it.
Well,
He does not need to go to my division.
Who are you?
Okay. All right, guys. I went. My first two. I mean, it throws everybody off again.
Oh, here we go.
Bears.
Bears. Yeah.
These Bears have got to get it going sooner or later, guys. They have nothing. They've only got one player on that team on offense that can do worth a darn, and that's Howard. He's the only one that makes things happen on that
I
team.
did like this rookie, though, Cohen, that came in right after Howard. He's the backup for Howard. He's impressive.
Well, then that's good. Intermix it because they each can run their different styles of play. So
I don't know what the answer for the Bears is.
I like to
I don't
see
know
him.
what
I
the
like
answer
to
is.
see him get it going.
Get a DeLorean
you
and
got
go
the
back to
second
1985.
largest guys, second largest city in the
Time
United
travel back to
States.
1985 and do the Super Bowl shuffle.
Yeah, let's go back to Walter Payton days. Let's get it
Oh,
going. Let's go
nice.
back to sweetness.
Let's go back to
get-
sweetness.
yeah.
Yep.
So, but second largest city in the United States, and you can't get a team going. I mean, really, come on. There's got to be money there. You know.
It's got to be somebody.
So the other one that I had is Jets. I like it. Jets are another one. They're like a depressant. I don't even care to watch anyone play them because they're not winning. They're not doing nothing. So why watch the game? You know who's going to win.
Right.
What?
feel
Where
bad
you can
'cause-
get stats?
Easy bet.
I
You
feel
know?
bad.
Yeah,
for
easy
Jets
bet.
Because honestly, Todd Bowles is a tremendous
Yes.
defensive coach.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
And
Yeah, I
he-
like
he,
Todd
He does
Bowles.
very well with that
It's
defense.
just that they just can't. There's nobody quarterbacking. Just nobody.
No,
They can't find a
no,
quarterback.
No, and you know what? Once again, bring
They
on
haven't
old
had a-
Kaepernick.
They haven't had a quarterback
No,
since Joe
yeah,
Namath.
there you go. Colin Kaepernick will be great down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not call him?
Why don't you call Michael Vick?
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
No,
Hey.
They tried that.
Right, don't look at that look on your face. Don't
And
look
you
at
guys, I agree with
They
the rest.
tried that. But
On my
that-
third one, I agree with the rest of you guys. I
Right.
went with the Texans.
Texans, yeah.
I think that they can do much better for the guys that they got stacked on that team.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you should be demolishing other teams.
It just has to be the troubles they're going through. It has to be the hurricanes.
Yes,
it has to
that
be the
too.
distractions.
I know it's weighing
It
on
has to be the
Watt's
distraction,
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all it has to be. I mean, I don't see another
Yeah.
explanation.
You guys were saying the Texans. You guys were saying Texans, right?
Yes.
Texas.
Okay. I totally agree. Texans, they need to step it up. They really do. But that's gonna do it for this podcast. Stay tuned for the next one. We're also gonna give you our predictions for NFL Week 2 and College Football Week 3. We got plenty to cover, and we are giving you our predictions for Triple G versus Canelo. That is the fight of the year. So make sure you just go out and give us a follow on our Facebook page at Undefeated Sports Talk Show or our Twitter page at Undefeated _M, or you comment or give us questions on our Facebook page, or you can email me at tylerhurst20yahoo.com. So hey, it's been fun, you guys.
It's been
So,
fun.
Fun. Thanks a lot.
See y'all later.
Yep.
Yep. Talk to you later.
Yep.
We
Later,
out.
y'all. We're out.